Hello, and welcome to Running the Table, the podcast where we run through everything on the table in the world of sports. And we are one game away from the Super Bowl in each conference. It's championship week, AFC Championship, NFC Championship. We're going to bring you predictions, our Super Bowl matchups. Tim, are you ready to go?
It's championship weekend. Let's run it.
Champions are born here, and we're going to start with the NFC Championship between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles obviously flying high over, the New York Giants with that 38-7 victory, and the San Francisco 49ers, they just squeaked by the Dallas Cowboys by 7 points. And the main storyline with San Francisco is, when is Brock Purdy's magical run going to end? There's a lot of debate, like, is Brock Purdy actually a good quarterback, or is he just a byproduct of Kyle Shanahan's offense, having maybe the best skill position players around him in the league? And, the magical pumpkin ride's got to end sometime. The magical ride is going to end here. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are too big, too fast, too strong, too powerful, especially on defense for Brock Purdy. He's only just a rookie. He's never lost, but he had lots of trouble with Dallas's defense, and Philadelphia's pass rush is a step up from that. He could barely handle Dallas. How's he going to handle Philly? So I have the Eagles as the NFC representatives in the Super Bowl.
It's really hard to vote against the Eagles right now because of how well they're playing, and with Jalen Hurts looking as comfortable as he did in his first week back. But you know what? I gotta be devil's advocate at some point, and I believe you gotta let the Brock pot cook. I think if there's any defense that can put up a legitimate fight to the Eagles offense, it is the 49ers defense. And if there's any team that, first of all, can have enough of a run game against that good of a defense, because you saw Saquon have some decent success against the Eagles defense. They just didn't really have enough opportunities to run the ball. 49ers are very good at running the ball. Also, if there's any tackles or offensive line, I think that can put a little bit of stop. I know that didn't have a great success against the Cowboys, but Trent Williams is a massive left tackle, and whoever goes up against him, I'm not going to say it's going to be a non-factor, but he is really, really hard to get past. So what? I believe that the 49ers learned enough from this last week game to adjust their game plan and adjust what they want to do to have enough success with the weapons they have on offense. So I'm going to pick the 49ers and the rookie quarterback to make the Super Bowl for the first time ever.
Well, Tim, the interesting thing about that is I have some security with my pick, because if anything happens to Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo goes in, your pick is cooked, and you know it too.
I do know that. If they start Jimmy Garoppolo, I know that was in talks with Kyle Shanahan. Everything I just said is out the window. They are losing. I'm just going to put that right now. If they start Jimmy Garoppolo, they're done. So I guess we'll see whether or not they decide if he's healthy enough and they decide to throw him out to the Wolves, putting him against one of the best teams in the league in his first game back in probably almost a month and a half.
Who knows?
No, that would be a terrible decision.
Longer than that. But the AFC Championship on the other side is a rematch of last year's matchup. The Cincinnati Bengals travel to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs.
We've seen this before. The Cincinnati Bengals won round one, and that was with a healthy Patrick Mahomes on the other side. That is the big issue. That is the big question mark for Kansas City. With that ankle sprain against the Jaguars in the divisional round last week, will Patrick Mahomes be 100% and ready to go? Even if he does play, and there's no doubt in my mind that he won't. He will absolutely suit up for this game. He will be ready to go. But will he be 100%? Will he be the Patrick Mahomes of old? I don't know. If there's any quarterback that can kind of hobble around on one ankle and make it work and sling and throw touchdown passes, other than Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, it is Patrick Mahomes. But it seems like the Bengals defense, whenever the lights get brightest, they tend to turn up. And playoff Eli Apple is a menace.
Both good and bad. Playoff Eli Apple is an absolute menace.
Don't get on him don't look at his Twitter after a playoff win, because oh boy.
Hey, Cancun on 3, baby. The Bengals just seem to absolutely turn it up. And the difference between this year's Chiefs and last year's Chiefs is the absence of that speed in Tyreek Hill. Yes, they're effective, but they're not as explosive. I think the Bengals and Joe Burrow, they know how to win. They'll come out and they'll have the same result in back-to-back years and go back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen history repeat itself, and I actually do agree that I think the same will happen here.
What is time? A flat circle.
We've said it once, we'll say it again. But yeah, you look at the aspects of this matchup. Andy Reid did provide an update on Patrick Mahomes this just yesterday, and he said treatment has been going pretty well. He's doing okay. He praised him for his work in rehab, and he said he's going to play, which I mean we all expected. He was going to find a way to be on the field. But you're right that him as most likely not 100%, or even if he essentially looks 100% or tries to act like he's 100%, he's not going to be quite the same quarterback. And the Bengals, like we said, their defense has stepped up in major fashion, and this is against a Chiefs offense that is no longer a take the top off your two deep safety look defense. They're much more work the ball underneath, find Kelsey all over the place, pick little zones for wide receivers to pop into all over the field. I think the Bengals can focus a lot more on locking down that middle of the field rather than worrying about getting the top taken off them by Tyreek Hill. So I like the way that the Bengals look right now. They're on a roll. Joe Burrow is out for blood after everyone was talking about the potential off-site or neutral site AFC Championship. So they're going to come with a lot of fire into this game, and I like the Bengals.
That's it. We both have the Bengals in the AFC Championship, and we disagree. Me taking the Eagles, Tim, you taking the Niners in the NFC Championship. Our Super Bowl picks are set. I have the Eagles and Bengals. Tim, you have the Niners and Bengals. We'll see how those age, but that's all we got for our championship weekend predictions. If you want to see how all of our other predictions have aged, you can go watch those, as well as all of our recaps. College basketball season is starting to come around. With Tim, you got your boom, bust, or believable, where you recap and break down all teams in the Big Ten. We'll see where that goes. It'll be fun to watch. If you want more from us, like and subscribe. And until next time, we out.